Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Healing Honey if it's your first time here. So today guys, let's talk about the new earth. Okay, let's talk about moving from 3D to 5D. What does this mean? Consciousness levels. And it's like, if you're on this channel, I know you're most likely a light worker. You're definitely on your spiritual journey. You're here to grow and ascend. You want to know yourself on a deep level. This information does not scare you, and so I'm rocking with you. I'm so happy that you're here. For you to even click on a video like this is a great sign. And it's just the time that we're in. A lot of times people don't want to believe things like this, but it's just what's happening, not because I say it or anyone else. When you are in tune spiritually, we can see what's happening on the planet, and we know through channelers, we know through ancient texts, we know through what we can see right now that the earth is going through a transformation process. And as human beings, we are becoming more aware of ourselves, and we are growing, we're ascending, we're moving to a new level of consciousness, and that's what the new earth is all about. And this is something that I think about almost every single day. Let me know your thoughts down below on the new earth. For me, you guys, when I look around, I realize that we live in paradise, but we have forgotten. This world is so beautiful. It is absolutely paradise, from waterfalls to oceans to the animals to the sun shining, the flowers, the foods. Like, it's an abundant paradise, but yet we've been asleep to it. We've been plundering the resources. We've been destroying the earth, not recognizing that the earth is alive. We are all connected. We are all one consciousness, broken into different pieces. And so when we realize this, we recognize separation as an illusion. If you harm someone else, it's like you're harming yourself. Our vibration matters. What you're thinking matters. Your thoughts are things. They're going out into the universe and they're rippling back to you. They're affecting everything around you. When you can talk to plants. They have done tests on this, scientists have. If you say harsh things to plants, because they're living beings, they can feel it, versus if you say something loving. The same thing with water. That experiment done with water. They said harsh things. They're playing harsh music to water and they froze it, and then they looked at it under a microscope and there was crazy, it froze in a very chaotic way. Versus very calming classical music, the vibrations, when they froze that water, it made beautiful crystals, beautiful designs, because we're all connected. And this time on the planet is so beautiful because even though things are crashing down and we see things like the banks crashing, it's not funny. It can be scary for some people, but fear is a low vibration. And so our way of being, our way of seeing the world, it's changing. We have been at a level where, think about even when I was a kid. Like, if you turn on the TV, that's all you had, channels like 1 through 13, right? And the news was constantly like on half of them. And then it was like cartoons and like some sitcoms. We were limited as to what we were able to know. There was newspapers. And then later you recognize that, wait, all the media is owned by the same corporation. So it's like broken into different media outlets, but really it's the same big boss behind it all. And they're giving you the same story. No matter what type of little spin they put on it, what's your flavor? CNN, Fox News? Do you identify with this political party, this political party? But at the end of the day, it's all a big game. It's all a facade. It's media. If you think about it, if you look into it, you realize that they're casting spells, but they're telling you, right? They're broadcasting. And our knowledge, our awareness has been suppressed for a long time. But the cool thing is, like, this time on the planet, we are awakening to our power, to just knowing more stuff, right? I think about that. I think about Kylie Jenner when she was like, this is the year of just realizing stuff.
Just realizing stuff, and everyone around me, we're all just like realizing things.
Right? And it's true, like, this time on the planet, we are awakening. Millions of people are awakening. And when enough people awaken, the powers that be, the control systems on Earth, the way that things have been going, it's no longer going to align with our level of consciousness, and it's going to fall away. People will recognize that, hey, War is pointless. I'm not going to go blow up another human being who's someone's son and has a family and deserves to live on account of my country when countries are not even a thing. The power structures on earth, they're going to fade away. They're going to shift. The powers are going to shift. I know somebody might be like, why do I always hear all these woke people talking about the news for? What's wrong with the news? Why are they hating? I'm just playing. The reason why that's such a huge deal is because our minds, we're vibrational beings, first of all. Okay, so we are constantly absorbing information, images, what we can see, what we can hear. We're taking it in, and then we're vibrating at a certain level, and then that's shooting out. So think about yourself as constantly absorbing stuff and then also vibrating out. What you're focusing on matters, because that's what creates the reality that we see. This 3D, third dimension, these physical things, which we know are not really physical, they're energy moving at a high speed. This world that we find ourselves in, right? The third dimension, how it manifests, how it comes to be is from our level of consciousness. So what you're thinking about, what you're listening to, your beliefs, they are not only creating your personal reality, but collectively we're creating this reality. And so that's why it's so important to guard your mind and your heart, like what you're taking in. So if we take our emotions out of it and we just look at how the world is right now, why do you think the news only shows you bad news like 97% of the time? Maybe they'll throw in a happy little story here and there because they don't want to make it too obvious, but they're just telling you about every bad thing happening that they possibly can. They're showing you killing, they're showing you all this crazy stuff 24/7 to keep the frequency down. Like, if you don't think this is spiritual warfare, I don't know what to tell you, but people are recognizing it. They're recognizing, like, why do I have to give my whole life away at a job that I don't even like? It makes no sense, just to pay my bills. I was talking to this girl that I've met recently, and she was saying, like, yeah, like, it's crazy. I'm working at this job. I'm giving my whole life away. She's away from her, her children. And then it's just enough to pay the bills with like a little bit extra. And it's like, then people wonder, why are people eating fast food? Why are people getting drunk? Why are people getting into trouble? Because it's like they're hurting inside. They need an outlet. They're angry. They're furious because it's the system. It's the system that we're in, but we can break free. And that is this time on the planet. People are waking up. I don't want to work 9 to 5. I want to be free. I don't want to be a slave to the system mentally. I don't want to be fed news. No, turn off the news. I don't want to be fed bad news. I don't want to be fed fake food. I don't want to be fed programming through the commercials. The commercials are always constantly trying to sell us stuff 24/7. You need better hair. You need better this. You need better that. You need better clothes. You need better toothpaste. You need better everything, right? It's nothing but selling you stuff. And it's like creating this consumerism. So people are like, I gotta go to work. I gotta earn more to buy more. And it's like this vicious cycle, right? And so it's like our minds, people are exhausted, worn out. Then they go to the doctor. What's wrong with me? Oh, you're depressed. So take these pills, these synthetic pills. They don't tell you that it's the foods you're eating. It's what you're allowing in your mind. It's the music you're listening to. It's your environment. You're not in nature. You're stuck at a job. You don't like it. Like, your emotions matter. We're not taught about meditation. Like, all of these things. And then for people who have that urge to seek God and they go to church, and it's like they're not telling you the whole truth there. I'm not saying that church is bad, but it's limited. So they're telling you, go to confession, go through a priest, say these 10 Hail Marys. That's how it was when I was a Catholic. People are in church looking at the clock. When's the time to go? And not to say that you can't gain beautiful things there, because you can. You can gain community. You can gain lessons and knowledge from your pastor or things like that. That's awesome. But we're lied to because they are aware of the hierarchies. I'm talking about the Vatican. I'm talking about the powers that be. They are very much aware of our spiritual gifts and aware of what that we're having spiritual warfare, that God is within, and they created systems to enslave us. Woo! I didn't even think I was going to talk about this today, guys. But so this time on the planet is about us realizing stuff. Like, wait, something's off. Wait, something's not right. And the systems, they're crashing because it's the time period. And so we talk about creating the new earth. It's about working together and using our life force energy for good, for better, creating systems that really serve us, finding balance, bringing back the feminine energy to earth, not suppressing it, relationships being in harmony, taking away the vulgar violence and lust and crazy stuff off the TV, recognizing that, hey, our senses, they serve a purpose, waking up to what we can really do as human beings, like telepathy, things like that, like our spiritual gifts. These things have been hidden. People are like so exhausted from this life, from this way of life, that a lot of people, they don't even have the energy to go within to even know who they really are, because they're too busy playing in this life game that's just like hurting them. And so the new earth is about breaking free from that and creating a life that serves us better, that makes us feel good, feel in tune with one another. Like, imagine if we lived in a world where we exist with the earth. Now we're not paying for electricity because we're using the natural electricity from earth herself. We're not polluting the ocean so that tens of thousands of fish wash up dead in Texas. No, we're taking care of all life because it's alive. Earth is alive. Our life experience is alive. And so it's very much one love. Bob Marley was like way ahead of his time. I love him. And, creating new, seeing what we can really do, our potential, tapping in, and just vibrating higher, which means feeling good and connecting, being in a safer world, a happier world, learning more about ourselves, and just spiritual ascension, spiritual growth. That's how I see the new earth. How do you see the new earth? Drop me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. I'm sending you so much love, so much power, so much healing on your journey. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in my next video.